All right. Hey guys. Um Welcome to Sentient Market. My name is Laffy, and what are you about to experience isn't just a course. It's not signal group. It's not a recycled bluff. Okay? I am here to introduce myself. This very first video, it's going to be an introduction of who I am, what can I do, and what I'm about to do. So the system that I'm about to share, that I built through time, through silence, and through structure. Sentient Market was born out of one idea that these markets move with it with intention. And if you learn how to see these intentions, you'll never need me, anyone else, to tell you what's coming. All right? In this mentorship, I'm not gonna. It's actually I'm doing this for my mentorship, but I'm gonna share it with you anyway. I teach you how to read the market like a living system. Okay, I break it down through time, through rhythm, and also through the Fibonacci structure. The Fibonacci structure that runs deeper than time and price. No point intended. This is about being solo, and I'm not gonna make you glued to me, and I'm not gonna, you know, you've been there, right? So I just want to tell you this: like real traders don't guess. They align to the system. They be aligned to the system. So you have to understand that. Okay, if you allow, that's the key word. If you align or allow yourself to be aligned with the market, you're gonna do great things. So if you're ready to stop chasing and start seeing, I just want to say welcome to Sentient Market. All right. Um, I'm here to do things differently, and I know you've heard that so many times, but I think I'm different. Okay. I am going to teach you three things. The very first one is structure. And what do I mean by structure? Structure is learning this, like learning the parts of this machine. And I like to call it a being. Some people's gonna think I'm crazy, some people think I'm genius, and I disagree with both of them. I'm just a man, but an obsessed man, a broken man, a man who believed that there is still good out there, but didn't see it. So I had to be the one. All right. All I'm trying to say, guys, all I'm trying to say, that you will learn with me. And again, you heard that so many times, but I'm gonna do it. I'm actually gonna do it. And I'm gonna test if these people getting kidnapped or, you know, black vans pulling out, like, you've heard these stories, right? I am going to see if that's true. And I know it's a gamble. And if you ask me, I'm a gambler. I gambled my whole life to learn this. I had a family, or I have a family. I'm very thankful for that. I mean, it survived. And used to have a full scholarship that I was about to, you know, I'm an anesthesiologist. And not anymore. I guess I'm a trader right now, and I just can't believe I'm doing this. Anyway, going back to the point, what I do is teaching structure or the components of this market. That's one. And second, how it behaves, so behavioral. And lastly, I want to teach you the functionality of it. So I am going to focus on these 3 points, and I really, really hope that you allow me to grow with you, first of all, because I'm new to this. I've never thought that I'm going to hold a microphone and, talk to you and be a mentor. I have never thought that I'm going to be this guy. But like I said, I had to do it. I had to be the one, and people will be angry to hear that. I am the one who found out the fractality of this market. I am the one who publicly came out and say, hey, these are the fractality or the structure of the market. And I gain a little bit of crowd, not too much. I was surprised that that it's not above 1,000 followers, but I have a little bit of followers on my X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And man, also I built a crowd. That's when I managed to gain some attention. People paid me money, and I promise that I'm not gonna disappoint. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be like the others. Okay, so why am I doing this video? The main purpose of this video is to introduce myself. I am opening up a mentorship on the 1st of August. Unfortunately, it has to be August because my daughter was born or given to me in this beautiful month, and I'm going to do it in this month. And the second thing is to come publicly with a video and to show you that I am, or to tell you that I'm the one who came out and figured out the fractality of this market and so much more. I only talked about the macros. And my previous mentor denied them. I stand by them. It's so funny that he denied them. But I'm not going to talk about my previous mentor. Post-traumatic stress syndrome. So I'm going to show you a trade. And I'm going to show you how it works, or an introduction of. I've already talked about the introduction. So, like I said, 3 main components. It's just like any machine, I guess, or something like that. It's structural. It is behavioral, how it behaves, and then the functionality. I'm still working currently on my curriculum inside the mentorship. The reason why I'm giving it so much time, it's because I don't want it to be long. I just want it to be very, very short, sweet. And if you understand the structure and the behavior part of it, also the functionality of it, maybe you can teach me, because it's an endless system. All right. So like I said, I'm waiting to get along, as you can see that. As you can see that high right there. That's what I'm talking. What is this level? This level of the standpoint of the daily life. So let me start with the daily, or what is the open flow? The open flow is where the market or the machine build a range where, to kind of build a sentiment. Not a sentiment in a sense of, it's just like build liquidity above and below this market. I have to say this. I don't believe in liquidity. I don't believe that these markets come from this left side to the right side. I actually believe the opposite. I believe that this market comes from all right, trying to be a professional here. I don't want to cuss. So I believe that this markets, or these markets, comes from the side to the left side. And how about that? I am also the first one who came up with this idea, trading in the unprinted charts, or anticipating from the unprinted charts. So my idea of trades comes from this side, coming to the left side. So this is, like I said, revolutionary. You never heard someone say that? My ex-mentor never talked about it, and that's about it. I'm not here for anyone else. I'm just here to, I already told you. So, like I said, these open floats build some kind of sentiment. Like people like usually put their hope above and below these markets. So this range, I'm sorry, which is the open float, and the open range is the very first instructions, if you will. So it starts from here and ticks or tick away the hopes of the buyers first, and then the sellers downstairs. All right, and throughout the next or the coming months, I will go deeper, not too deep, but deeper to understand this phenomena. Okay, and I'm trading this 4-hour macro. We're actually about to enter a new macro, which is the 4-hour macro. I call it the 6 a.m. macro, or the 6 a.m. 4-hour macro. We actually have the 2020 macro, 2 a.m. macro, 6 and 10 a.m. macro, and finally the 4-hour macro. All right, and they're all 4-hour macros. And these macros has actually smaller macros inside them. It's just like an endless circular, like it's an endless my God, it's an endless cycle of ambiguity. All right, let's go back again to what I was trying to say, and I am going to take this off. And see if I can grab a trade in this small range. All right. So I'm trying to keep this mic right in front of me so I can work with the charts more and not talk too much. All right. It's revisiting this daily or this current day open float, and I don't believe that it's gonna go lower. I just believe that we're gonna eventually raid those highs, and I'm not gonna talk about this. I just believe that this is a very good target. We're still bullish in the Nasdaq, and I'm trying to. I hate this part about me calling tops and bottoms, but I do it when my emotions gets high, and I'm waiting for the right opportunity to go long. All right. So I'm gonna shut up a little bit and just focus and trying to formulate a trade, because I want I want this video to be informative. I tried to be professional, and I want to be professional about this because you gave me your time, and your time is the best commodity that you have. All right. Trying to focus, trying to calculate some weird stuff. You have to condition yourself to the market again. So I'm trying to figure out the next big move so I can participate in it and be a good use of your time. So, like I said, I'm trying to uh uh form a trade to take along and stop this video and consider it as an introduction to your to the mentorship and to the free group in Telegram. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna place a trade and then talk about it while it's expand. I'm just gonna target this high and later on and talk about it like as it goes to my target. 20 we want this. I know it's strange. It's also strange for me to take a trade inside a bigger macro, a bigger open float, to be exact. Uh, but I'm trying to push, and I hope I'm not pushing against my will or against the will of this machine. And I'm seeing a reaction from this small macro, which is the 15-minute macro right here. Let me you know, and this macro right here. Let me give it a darker color. Yep. And I'm gonna extend it through time, and you can see this beautiful um, reaction. The midpoint of an open float is very, very crucial. I want you to put that in your notes. Keep it, and we'll talk about it throughout the mentorship. And again, I promise you it's going to be a really good one. I'll put the same color. I like to color my macros the same so I can recognize them. And a lot of people texting me right now, and it's, my God, it's 4 a.m. almost. And like I said, in this small macro, they took the sellers, and now I believe they're gonna expand above these highs, and eventually this high. I know it's not a big, um, it's not a big trade, but you know, it's something, and I'm gonna scale it. I'm not just, I'm not just gonna let it go like without, uh, like this is one contract, so I'm risking a little bit to get $350. And again, I believe this flow is very, very important. Like they're gonna protect it at some point, and we'll see what's gonna happen in the AM session because it's Friday, and here you go. I like this. You watch where. So wait, I'm gonna go back a little bit here and mark. Oh, right, I did it right. So again, I'm gonna add another contract and just gonna decrease the risk a little bit because I'm not gonna teach risk management because I don't think I'm great at it. I go with the flow. So sometimes I over leverage, sometimes I leverage, and yeah, if you want to learn risk management, I think the best advice is learning about your psychology, learning about you as a person. Are you greedy? You know, are you careful? And learn about these flaws. And if you learn about these flaws, you're gonna try to avoid them in in the market. And if you succeeded, you're gonna be a great risk manager, and also you learn about your your strong points. Like, are you patient? Are you the good stuff and the bad stuff, if you will? That's all I'm trying to say. And like I said, I don't want to go a lot, or I don't understand risk management very well because it's very different from one person to another. Again, it's almost 6 a.m. in the morning, and I didn't check the news. I'm gonna check right now and see what the calendar brings to us. All right. And it's gonna be a quiet Friday, so that's why I'm not actually very happy. I'm not very excited to trade today. Although I shared the trade on my X, which is Sentient Market, and I promise you, if you follow me, you're not gonna be wasting your time because you're gonna learn a lot. So you see this midpoint right here. So we look, the midpoint, it gives you a lot of like confluences. I was talking to one of my students today. I told him, hey, he told me that I'm still struggling. I'm trying to understand myself and all that stuff. Told him, hey, you need to learn about the structure and see where the you see like where the what's the right word? You start correct. You start with structure. Are you missing something about the structure? Do you understand the open interest or the open float? Or do you understand the open range and how it looks, what it does? Because it's different. You will never be a pattern trader with me. You'll never be a pattern trader, a market maker sell model trader, or a market maker buy model trader. Order block, it's not gonna be with me. It's gonna be very different. So again, guys, you can see we took like, I don't know if you saw this. I was busy talking, but we picked a good macro to trade, and it's given us good results. I know it's not much, but it's something. Trust me, it is something that you can. I want to talk about the prop firm space, okay? You don't want to be over leveraging. Like, I've noticed something about the prop firms. It doesn't require over leveraging, trust me. And it's a really, really good news for you. Just try to pick 10 handles and just stop. Keep keep the rest of the time for studying. All right. So I'm gonna add a. I'm not gonna add. No, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna hope that this midpoint right here, it's gonna give us another gap. So again, I have to tell you that we are going to study structure, and we're gonna study the behavior part of this machine, and lastly, we're gonna study the um the functional part of this gizmo. Okay. I can add another trade right here because it's an opportunity to buy. It's it's in discount in my opinion. But maybe you do it if you have like 10 or 20 handles to profit. So I don't have a lot to profit, so why risk more, right? and and yeah, I'm really hoping that doesn't go to sleep and just tag me and just let me go to sleep. But I'm really happy that I built up the courage to talk to you in front of this mic, tell you a little bit about me, tell you a little bit about what we're gonna experience uh, in the next few months. All right. All right. Trying to look at my notes and see if I missed something. And I apologize if I am being um if I'm not being articulated. I'm trying to be, and I'm new to this. So please give me time to, or allow me to grow with you. Uh, I've never thought that I'm going to be a mentor. I've never thought that, and I've never in my life that I, you know what I'm trying to say, guys, right? I am just a quiet man. I'm not quiet. This is a lie. I talk a lot of smack on Twitter, but but also, you know, it's just faith. I believe that there's something there's something it's something like there's I'm just gonna say that this is faith. I'm not gonna go and talk about this, and just it's just fate. I mean, I've what happened right now since I start talking about the market publicly, and hey, I didn't plan that, guys. I've never thought that I'm gonna be in this position, and I'm so honored. I'm really really honored that you give me the trust to be a a guide for you. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. Let's hope this trade doesn't take us like another 10 minutes because I am really sleepy. All right, one more time. Midpoint is giving us. You see this um imbalance right here, or excuse me. Yeah, I really wanted to hold prices. This like this midpoint or equilibrium. I wanted to send prices to this, or at least to this part right here. All right. Let me extend this above. So again, uh, the premise of this trade is this 1 hour time frame, 1 hour macro, and I waited for the open range to finish, give me a little bit of, reaction after the open range finishes or finished. And you see this move right there? This is concerning to me. So let's see if I'm not missing something. Okay. Yeah, actually I am. No? Oh no. Yep, there you go. All right. I hope you I really hope that you enjoyed my show. It's going to be very, very educational, informative. And trust me, guys, you don't want to be glued to these charts. There are very, very beautiful things out there that are like priceless. Not trying to be poetic here, but yeah, one trade and just go to sleep or do something else. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm trying to think about something to talk about. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to talk about structure, and I'm not gonna call it institutional structure because I don't believe institutions knows or give a damn about these things. So it's just structure. You can call it market structure. You can call it macro structure, microstructure. I don't know, but I just call it structure because every candle has an open, high, low, close. It has an open float. It has an open range. It has a bridge. Something new. It has a bridge, and that's it. So you can apply it to a yearly candle. You can apply it to a monthly, weekly, quarterly. You can apply it to anything. It's fractal, folks. It's not something very difficult to understand. It's just a puzzle. It's just a puzzle that you need to connect together, and you'll be able to read it and make money out of it. So structure, and I think I think the most difficult part is the second one, which is the behaviors part. And my advice to you, when you get with me into the second quarter, which is the behavior part, my advice to you is to give yourself time to grow, because you're learning something new. You're learning how to drive, and I don't want to hear your stories about, or I don't want to talk about my stories when I just started driving. I was a horrible driver. But, you know, when you understand the behavior of your car, yourself, and your, the other drivers, you know, you'll start to get to, you'll start to be, what's the word? You'll be good and confident. So I think the last part, which is the functional part, it's quite easy, but again, needs time, needs practice, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you access to me, something that I didn't have in my previous, what's the word, like, with my previous mentor. I was, it's like it's like talking to a celebrity or a president or someone, like, even if you had the opportunity to talk to him, you're gonna be nervous, or her. So come on, let's get it. Yeah, let's get this trade done. I don't want. It's very late where I'm from, but like I said, I'm very happy that I grow the confidence to talk, and I hope you like my voice. um, you know, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna do it. I hope you like it. It's you're gonna hear it a lot, so you gotta deal with it if you didn't like it. All right. Um. All right. Where we at right now? So I'm gonna ignore this part right here, and oh, you know what? I'm gonna keep it and just put another one right here. Here you go. And see if it's gonna give me my fill. Not my fill, my target. I'm also gonna do interactive. Inter. You know what? I'm gonna put another one right here since it gave me the opportunity. There you go. And just take more, cause this is this is very, you know, tempting. So I was about to say I'm gonna also make interactive videos where I can talk to you, you can talk to me, you can ask me questions, not too many questions, and it has to be within the previous or the current videos that I'm sharing. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time. All right. All right. This is the reaction that I'm looking for. Although it went deeper, but you see, My stop is right there, and scaled up 3 contracts, risking $130, and and hoping for $800. So let's see. Trading inside a bigger macro, it's kind of it's very strange. Not strange. What's the right comment? It gives a lot of uh volatility, if you will. So I'm gonna keep my stop right where it is, and just wait. Because like I said, I was aiming for the midpoint, and I believe that's the next intention. But we still have like 10 minutes for the next hour for the next 4 hour macro to start. So let's just keep it let's just wait for that, because it's gonna be very interesting. So please give me time. I don't intend to do long videos. I just want it to be structured and easiest to understand. All right. I'm checking my Telegram group. I'll give it a little bit of time. I promise I'll maybe put some music on this trade, and just gonna be silent for a little bit. All right. we also have this current 4-hour macro midpoint. I was lucky enough that uh my stop it below that. You see that? You see the candle right here? How it like touched it and boom, just like a fuel power. It's amazing to see it, see that like over and over. But if we go, let's say not 15 minutes, but let's say 30 minutes. We're inside a consolidation, and I'm not making excuses, but I wanted to show something fun, no, something of value. Okay. And I chose this 4-hour macro specifically because I believe that they're gonna form a very important low. All right. And they did right here. So 4 minutes until the next 4-hour macro, it's going to form or to begin. And we see some unexpected volume. Oh, didn't want to do that. Just wanted to expand it right here. You know, I heard my ex mentor uh, challenging people to place a trade, put a stop, manage it, because that wasn't the original place of uh, this stop or trade. So you can see it that we are actually managing a trade. We talked about structure. We talked about this sell side for this. I'm sorry, didn't mean to say that word, but I said it. So took the lower side of this market, of this macro, sorry. But all I'm trying to say that we are doing what other mentors or gurus um what's the right word, like I'm trying to be articulated but I'm so tired. We're actually managing a trade. That's all I'm trying to say. So yeah, it's not impossible. You're not the only one. And yeah. I apologize. Like I said, I'm very tired. I want this trade to be over. All right, almost 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I believe we're gonna take out those eyes and just go to sleep. Again, I want to thank you for giving me time. I promise my videos won't be this long. It's going to be to the point. I'll try to avoid personal stories, talking about other people. I'm trying to not waste your time, because, the drama. All right. What the heck? Whoa. Contract right here. It's like to scare everyone else. I'm going to delineate the open range. I have to lower the target because I'm actually falling asleep. please make sure to see this target getting hit. As you know, my target, I don't know, we've been talking for like a long time, and my eyes actually closing. It's not so bad. I mean, I always tell my students to avoid macros that don't tick one side of, but the body is showing that it took this low. So that's a good sign. But I've taught people how to uh, expect consolidation or um, not useful uh, consolidation or bound range, if you will. Here we go. Finally, it's given us some hope. I just want to say this before I close. Just want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share what I know. Um, some of you guys uh, shared with me personal stories, and I'm honored. And I was inspired by one of my students to do this. Um, I don't want to mention his name, so I don't like he might not uh, want some attention. Just I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a mentor, and I am actually really, really uh, proud of me and you. Uh, like the way how it is started is just so nerve wracking, but I just want to thank you for giving me your time. That's all I can say, guys. Let's wait until this trade being finalized. remember that I need to edit this video. Oh my god. If I think I'm gonna drop this video tomorrow, maybe. But I'm not gonna edit a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna put like an intro and disclaimers and stuff like that in, and that's it. So yeah, let's see. We just finished the uh this 1 hour macro. If she wants to use this midpoint right here, she's welcome. I'm gonna add one more if she does. Looks like she wants to try this midpoint and run. By the way, so this is gonna be before the fact, okay? Just to make sure that nobody talks smack. When prices refuses to touch the midpoint, that's a very strong indication that it's going to smack these highs. And again, it's a very, very strong indication, and it looks like she wants to go there really, really bad. And I wish I have the energy to stay with this trade, but like I said, if it refuses to touch this midpoint, that's an indication that it's like she wants to go somewhere. And you see, I did not take this low. I was about to, but I was like, if she touched it, I'm gonna like add one more and just, maybe lower my risk just like that and go to sleep. But this is some of what we're gonna do. I promise you, uh, I did not, like, um, I did not screenshot, or nobody's giving me, like signals to take these trades. It's just me, and you can do it. It's not a big deal. All right. So, and it's actually happening in the, you know, this range is very important. It's, and in my opinion, this is where the manipulation happens. And manipulation is a really good thing. You want trades to be manipulated, or these markets to be manipulated, so you can trade. And I said something. I hope I hope, I'm sure some of you took notes. I said, when there is no manipulation, there is no trade. And I've seen people like using this slogan, but I don't want to mention name. But if they want to take it, I mean, I don't care. I mean, the most important thing to me that you understand it. So I've learned throughout the days that running around and telling people I did this and I did that, it's just a freaking waste of time. Excuse my language. All right. It's okay. We can wait. And every time I see you, yeah, all right. Also keeping these gaps open. That's a that's another indication of it trying to rush somewhere. And some people's gonna say, "Hey, you talk like him." Well, he was my ex mentor. He was my mentor for years. So, I mean, this it's just common sense that I speak some of his language. Yeah, I mean, I admit that, but I'm not in any way attached to him. So put that in your note too. There you go. She wants me. Oh, I can't. But if I had another contract, I'll definitely add one more. because it's obviously, in my opinion, is trying to scare buyers by these moves. And for some reason, it doesn't stay long below the midpoint, especially for the 4 hour and the 1 hour macros. It doesn't stay a lot. So please study the midpoint before I start the mentorship. Trust me, it's gonna teach you a lot. It's gonna give you the best entries, and if I'm being honest, this is a this is going to be a bombshell. This is how my ex mentor came up with the idea of PD erase is from that midpoint. So, but you don't need it. That's all I'm trying to say. You don't need the PD arrays. You don't need the different names. You just need to understand the concept, and all the 81 PD arrays become one. You know, see, when I'm sleepy, I can give you some gems. And some of you like missed this gem. It went over your heads. Can you imagine if the 81 PD array just become one? Isn't it a lot easier to learn? And isn't it more convenient to make people more confused? That's a question for you. And my God, this trade is draining my energy right there. So watch, we're below we're below the 15-minute, or let me point it out. I'm trying to charge my mouse. Give me 1 second. Here you go. We're below this midpoint right here. Okay? And now we're about to touch this one. Watch closely. It's not gonna stay long. It's like touching fire, and it's going to stay away from that fire. See that? It's like touching fire. And here's the other one right here. Another midpoint. Let me put this on this midpoint right here. Where is it? Now it's touching this midpoint. Again, fire. Let me call it rocket fuel. So far, this move didn't do nothing whatsoever on the 4 hour perspective. In the 1 hour, yes, it did go above. Yeah, but it didn't do much, and we're trading the 4 hour macro, so it has to do something, and that something is And that's something, this move right there. Well, guys, I just want to thank you so much. And I appreciate your time. And I really, really, really hope you the best if you are in my mentorship or if you're not. Bye bye.